Thank you for joining us on Data Cloud Now, where we bring you the latest in all things data in business and industry. I'm Ryan Green, and I'm joined by Christian Kleinerman, SVP of Product at Snowflake. Christian, great to sit down with you again. You know, you just delivered your keynote at the final stop of the Data Cloud World Tour, and I noticed DoorDash was on stage. What were some of the key highlights?
Yeah, but great. Thank you for having me. Great to be here. We love to hear the stories of the likes of DoorDash. What they were talking about on stage is how they're leveraging data to operate their business. And the technology that enables it is Snowflake and the data cloud. How do you do not only analytics, but programmability through machine learning? How do you go and leverage our marketplace? That is the vision that we want. We want to accelerate every single customer's data journey, increase their data capability. And I love that DoorDash was here on stage, and there are many more like them.
You know, a number of new product announcements were just delivered. Can you provide an update for the audience watching here today on what they can expect for the months to come?
Sure. Did you hear that Snowpark is GA?
I have.
GA means generally available.
It's an exciting next chapter, Christian.
Across all regions, across all clouds.
Wow.
Second, did you hear that Snowpark is GA?
I have. Round two.
So I could say it all
Keep
day
it
long.
going.
I could say it, but it's very, very meaningful for us to be able to have a meaningful milestone on programmability coming to the data, not data going out to the applications. And Python is effectively the new lingua franca of data programming. People are building pipelines, people are building machine learning models, people are building entire applications. We had this company, Samuha, on stage showing a brand new company building on this technology. So Snowpark and Python, super important. We also announced Snowflake-Optimized Warehouses, which is compute clusters optimized for running Python and Java inside Snowflake. That is in public preview right now. The interest that we've received is amazing. The early adoption and validation is super interesting. We also announced the general availability of tag-based masking, which is a big part of our governance initiative. Everything we do at Snowflake is about governance. How do we help customers understand the data and then comply with their security policies, their privacy policies, regulation? So that coming together of tags with data policies, meaningful for data teams, meaningful for data governance teams, meaningful for chief security officers. I think those were the biggest highlights, even though there was a long list of performance enhancements. But okay, I'll plug in. Better performance for Snowflake means better economics.
What do you mean by that?
So our business model is we charge per compute time. So if I charge you by the hour, and we got it done in half the time that you used to, you're going to pay half of what you used to. And we share this amazing statistic in my mind that over the last 3 years, in aggregate, Snowflake has gotten 20% faster across the platform.
20%?
20%, over 20%.
Wow.
We're trying to be measured. Over 20%,
Wow.
which means over 20% better economics with Snowflake. So lots of exciting things we announced.
You know, the energy and excitement is just, continuing to build here, Christian. You know, a term I also keep hearing is SnowGrid and the cross-cloud functionality it provides to customers. Can you dig into this a little bit?
Yes. SnowGrid is the technology that helped us interconnect Snowflake across all the different regions where we operate and across the different clouds where we operate. Today we operate Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud. And for us, it's very important because today it's very easy to take a piece of software and make it run on different clouds and say, oh, I'm multi-cloud. Easy. No, that would have been easy. What we did is we interconnected them all, and we were sharing at the keynote some of the use cases where this shines. For example, disaster recovery. Failover. If you a real world example, one of the stops was in Canada, in Toronto. And there are only 2 instances where you can do full failover, failback. One instance is Azure, one instance is AWS. So many customers were interested to do cross-cloud disaster recovery, disaster preparation.
It's better for them.
It's better for them, and you cannot do it with just one of the clouds.
Right.
You need to have something that crosses the cloud. So we did that with SnowGrid. We also announced a number of enhancements to our marketplace, something we call listings, be able to automatically fulfill listing. So imagine that you want to have a product in the marketplace.
Okay.
And you say, you know what? I want this to distribute to everyone in any region, in any cloud that Snowflake is available. one check mark, and that's it.
Talk about user-friendly.
It's super easy. So if tomorrow someone comes in from, say, Azure in some region in Europe, and they want your product, Snowflake will do the work to make sure the right data, the right metadata will show up to that customer in that location, effectively simplifying cross-cloud distribution. So SnowGrid is the technology that interconnects deployments and lets us do global experiences with the ease of use that you alluded to.
You know, Christian, this leads us perfectly into my last question, and it gets a little personal with you, if you don't mind. You've traveled to many of the 23 stops of the Data Cloud World Tour. Over that period of time, what have been some of your biggest takeaways?
Yeah, I would think of two parts of it. One, large-scale, outside-in view of it. One, internal. Internal, or the inside-out, if you want to think about it. I was surprised that many of the folks that we talked to did not know about things that we've been doing for 6 months, a year, 2 years. So Python, as an example, is like, oh, I didn't know you were doing Python. Like, okay, we've been talking about Python for some time, but they were excited. They're like, I am going to go and talk to my data science team because it solves a lot of the tension we have today. So I would say the level of awareness increased and grew through these 23 stops, and very happy to see that. The other piece, if you look at the outside in, I wouldn't have been able to tell that the macro environment, the economy is as challenging as you might read, because everyone is thinking on how I'm going to advance my technology, how am I going to advance my data capability. And by the way, they're not completely disconnected. Better data helps you be more productive, more competitive, maybe more efficient. Technologies like Snowflake that make you pay only for what you use is great.
The consumption model.
It's a consumption model, and think about, instead of just having some large hardware in your data center burning through cycles and dollars, no, only what you pay for what you use. So the sense around adopting Snowflake, adopting the data cloud, you wouldn't know that there are some economic concerns and challenges out there, which makes us very happy because we want to help our customers be more efficient, do more with less, especially in times where it matters more.
Well, Christian, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. Stay tuned. More conversations coming up next. And if you missed any content, no problem. Click below to watch all the on-demand content for Snowflake Data Cloud World Tour. See you soon.